You're welcome to another video. We are told to solve for the value of x in this right-angled triangle. So for us to solve for the value of x, you're gonna apply a combination of so many factors: the Pythagoras factor, the trigonometric identities, and so on. So I'm gonna take you through step by step up to the final solution where we can find the value of x. So if you're watching us for the first time, kindly remember to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. So let us dive into the equation. On the solution part, so it's clear to see that this is a right angle triangle, and for me to solve it, I'm going to apply the trigonometric identities of the sine, the cosine, the sine, the cosine, and the tangent. So that is what I'm going to use. But before I use it, I can recall and indicate that let this side be C. This side I'm going to call it A, and this side I'm going to call it B. So using the Pythagoras theorem, which says that if I have the hypotenuse squared should be equals to the longer side squared, add the shorter side, so that is b squared. So that will help me to find the unknown part C, or the unknown length. So doing that, I'm gonna get C squared is equals to 8 squared plus B 6 squared. Then of course that means I'm gonna get 64 plus 36 is equals to C squared, which of course C squared now becomes 100. Finding the square root on both sides, then it is clearly easy to see that the side C is 10, and indeed the diagram itself is obeying that. So that is 10. So using the SOHCAHTOA, so there's a rule called the SOHCAHTOA. So it is an acronym that will guide me in solving the value of x, meaning sine is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Sine is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. The cos or the cosine is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse, and actually the tan is equals to opposite over adjacent. What do I mean by the term opposite, hypotenuse, and adjacent? I'm going to call this side the hypotenuse side. That's the hypotenuse side. If you look at angle x, the opposite of x is on the other side. It is adjacent to the other one. It is the opposite of x. So I'm going to call this the opposite side. While the base, I'm going to call it the adjacent side. So meaning, if I apply the sine, the cos, and the tangent using, so that is what's going to guide us here. It is easier to master it since just know SOHCAHTOA. Other people could master it in different ways. Like some could master it as OSHACHOTA, OSHACHOTA, OSHACHOTA. Meaning sine is equals to opposite of hypotenuse. The cos is equals to adjacent of hypotenuse. And then the tan is equals to opposite over adjacent. So it depends wherever with the way you master it. Like one of my good friend was saying, you're gonna use that sum is like an acronym. Some old hen caught another hen, taking Oscar away. Some old hen caught another hen, taking Oscar away. So that means it wherever you can use it. So let us continue again. For the sine, opposite over hypotenuse. So that means that my sine x is equals to the opposite of x is 6 over 10. Then after that, I'm going to take the sine inverse of 6 over 10. Actually will give me the value of this angle x, which when you compute in your calculator, you're going to get, so I'm going to write it to 1 decimal place, 36.9 degrees. So if I'm going to use the cosine, so I'm going to say that the cos of x is equals to adjacent. Adjacent to x is actually 8 over the hypotenuse. You're able to see that it is 10, meaning that the cos inverse of 8 over 10, you can compute it in your calculator, and of course it gives us the same angle as the sine and the cosine, the way I've seen it. So guys, take this moment, kindly remember to subscribe, leave a comment, you can share. I will also have a playlist, you're gonna check it out, it has amazing content. So for the tan, I'm gonna say that the tan of x is equals to the opposite of x is 6 over adjacent, which is of course 8. So taking the tan inverse of 6 over 8, we get the same answer as 36.9 degrees. What does that mean? It tells us that if you just master the SOHC, then that's what's gonna guide us. And you realize that wherever it can choose the sine, getting the same answer, the cosine, getting the same answer, or the tangent, same answer. So that brings us to the end of this maths problem, where we are required to find the value of x. So I'd like to appreciate you for watching. Until we meet again in the next video.